we have one question, or two questions, but so the one question that was in the chat room, Jen, do you remember what it said?
It said something
About
very
dog
interesting.
bite.
Yes. Oh,
Did it help her on her path?
Yeah, was the dog placed there for her journey? I was bit by a dog 2 years ago and have been on an intense spiritual healing journey since then. I wonder if the dog was put in my life for this purpose only.
Yes, that's called a path switch.
Okay.
When you get specific things and they're saying yes to it, and a path switch is how they've always told me. It's that they have to get your eyes off of what's going on, what you're so used to looking to, your routine of communicating and doing things, and it makes you get your eyes off in another direction. And what happens is that everything's being rearranged for you in your favor to help you on your journey, whatever it is. In this case, it's awakening. And on another deeper level, it's your subconscious mind a way of helping you to change. Now, sometimes the old days of change simply meant you have to have something extreme happen. Hit rock bottom, a bitch slaps, someone dies, you lose your job, and just the stuff that you would never want to learn to do, now you're forced to. Joan Rivers never wanted to do anything with money, and then when her husband died, she was forced to have to look at all of the money issues and then have to do all the things that he wanted to teach her, and she's like, no, no! Well, now she's really good at it, but it's that forcing of your soul, when your soul says you need to awaken up at these certain points, markers in your life, and you don't do it with your conscious choice of saying yes, it's your soul saying, well, I guess you told me if you don't waken up on this call or this call or this call, then I guess I'll have to wake you up with this and this and this, because we agreed on these. So yes, the dog is part of that intense part of
well, and if you understand, this is frustrating to me because I was such a poor math student growing up, that the universe is laid out in code and math and algorithms, and
yes.
That when your focus, so the focus was on paying attention to the dog bite and what was going on in that situation, so that code could be realigned, redone, the algorithms kind of acclimate, figure out, and that kind of thing, and your masters and that kind of thing were really working things out in a different direction.
Yeah, and most of the time they have to get you not to pay attention. Because if you pay attention to it, then
it's not changing.
You will not, yeah, you'll
it's not changing. It's not changing.
You won't let it. Okay, so
I hope that answers your question on that.
And then what was the other thing?
One Feather just said, "Hey, does Spirit have any insights for me?"
Yes, yes, we will tune into. Oh. So I see the moonlight. Now what's interesting is she feels very light. She feels like a silver lining. I don't know why, but I feel her being very light. Usually people will have cords and things that lay out that your soul wants me to read. In this case, they're pointing out, before I can go any further, that I don't know if this is how you project yourself or no. Okay, so one feather. Okay, so are you part of a tribe? Is there okay, so now I have to ask permission. May I allow to do something? They said, yes, you can. Okay, now that I can. And then she wanted to know just a general reading. Interesting. I feel like Jen's supposed to draw a card before I can say anything, but I have to wait till she's done.
Right. Yeah, I had to answer some questions. Okay, so so the Lady of Lightning is about a paradigm shift, sometimes done with Chuck.
I think that too, lightning card upside down.
Ah, interesting.
So
okay,
so
the power cord.
So there's a paradigm shift that, so understanding the power of lightning, because this is inner conflict, morality, and conscious choice. So how do you address inner conflict and make a conscious choice, and that may be...
Okay, I have to ask again, are you from a tribe? Are you from a culture where you have to behave a certain way? Do you have certain rules and guidelines that you have to break from? A lot of people that are in tribes, the people that I have talked to, some of these people are told that you're supposed to keep the secrets, and all of a sudden, just in the last couple of years, it is time now that we start revealing the secrets to the world, because it's now is when we're needed for this shift. So sometimes you may feel like you're breaking code, but there's a part of you that's supposed to wake up and reset the power cord. Scotty, what'd you get?
Well, it says lightning. Lightning sharpens our senses and triggers fear and awe. We see these forked beams of brilliant light jump from the sky, and our instinctual vigilance is triggered in anticipation of the roar that follows. We naturally seek shelter from the storm, or are grateful that we are already being sheltered. This demonstration of the power of creation is yet another way to remind us that we are not in control of the natural world.
Okay, and so I get the Moonlight card. It says your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. Follow it. And then it followed by the Mainstream card that's upside down. It says, the Magic Stream card represents swimming against the current. There are times when effort and sheer willpower result in the victory and celebration. But this is not one of them. You can't force inspiration, you can't manufacture creativity, lest you borrow too heavily from others' ideas. Neither can you make someone love you or orchestrate a series of events that might place you in a more favorable position. Now is the time to drop the trying and jump into the stream and float. Immerse yourself in the experience of being fully present with whatever is true for the moment. You'll never step into the same river twice again. So that tells me to say, instead of saying I have the willpower to do this, you say I have the self-esteem to do this. And if you have a pathway, it'll jump. What?
Tribal member, but totally renegade.
Oh, yay! I mean, sorry. I'm on track. So she has to wake up to that inner ancestry, which means she can follow her path. According to what I'm getting is that you were allowed to because you were meant to be the renegade, and that you have a new voice.
Working on creating a sustainable community with renewable resources, organic farming, and music. And is Potawatomi.
See, that totally makes sense. So here's the thing. You are to allow yourself to step into creating that for yourself. You were born to be that renegade because the culture of rules are not meant for you. You were meant to start something else. And the last card I had drawn says coming to life. Something beautiful is being born in your life. When you look at your life, you can see how you're grown and evolved over time. Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones. At the very least, matured in the ideas about yourself and the world and inhabit. You know nothing takes time. Wow, you know nothing. Hold on, the tribal, I have to, okay. One of the ancestors that's with you keeps showing me the silver lining, and I think that's a pun by itself. But it is that silverness. Okay, so you know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form for... Oh, wow, I'm turning colors. I need an animal. I don't have my animal cards with me. But grab an animal book and look under mammals, because she has a certain mammal that's popping in, and he's showing his form as an ancestor of a mammal, and please put this somehow as a sacred part of you, a totem or something, so that you can call upon that energy to help bring this to life. It doesn't mean you're going to be pulling in the part you renegade from, but just the ancestral part of a celestial tribe that's already was the one that told you. Okay, did you pick one?
Bull, which is fertility. Fertile time approaches if you are not too stubborn. Sow new seeds and do not rush them to grow. Work to make life fertile. And one feather says, spot on, thanks for the validation. Yes, the resources are not what I envisioned.
Okay, yeah, and so just tuning into that part that it's separate from your regular tribe, because this is more of a celestial, ancestral thing of energy. Call upon it, and you will be able to, do it. How else to say it?
Taurus. I have Taurus rising.
Oh, cool. Okay, good. So it's in your favor. Just know that you're on the right track, and just go with the flow. So
Awesome.
thank you all for your guys' wonderful questions, because we want to be of service. We want to be a part of helping everybody to make sense of their world.